J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate everybody for coming through. All right. It's always something, but I got it fixed. All right. Appreciate everybody for watching and coming through. We're going to talk about Jamie Foxx new Netflix special. What had really happened was, I'm going to tell you my thoughts and opinions about that special. And then I'm going to give it my MOORESCORE rating. And, we're going to talk about some of the things he said and, do some live chat, with each other. So, first of all, we all know as fans of Jamie Foxx, he went through some serious health conditions, a serious health scare. It was never really released what happened to him and what he was going through publicly. So the title "What Had Happened" is perfect because a lot of people knew he was going through some difficult times and they asked for respect his privacy. So a lot of people did, and a lot of people were interested in what had happened. And then clips and different things coming out that he's saying Diddy drugged them really did hype up a lot of interest for this. Now, when I was hearing that, I was thinking, he got to be joking. He got to be joking. And, I ain't going to spoil what he was saying, but that ain't what happened. And so, he actually had a stroke, he said. And, I mean, this special is very personal. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't necessarily think of it as a comedy special. And I hate to say this because, first of all, I ain't no Jamie Foxx. I ain't on none of these levels and none of that. But it's a lot of similarities of what he was saying and what he did to what I do in terms of he is basically telling his story, but he has humorous anecdotes in the story and not talk like that in personal life. When I'm telling stories or something, I say stuff that's humorous within the story, especially when I tell the story of what happened and what I went through and different things in the hospital and stuff. So with that, it's a lot of similarities and things, and I saw the difference. The one difference that I did notice between what I went through and Jamie Foxx, well, two differences. I don't know which one maybe had the most impact, but what he went through, although very difficult, it was a road to recovery. So maybe that was a reason, not the only reason, but maybe that helps for people around you to want to stick around. And then also Jamie Foxx is a lot more famous and wealthier and things, not to say everybody's only for this or that. But and then also it seemed like his people around him loved him genuinely. He had family, his sister, and different things. His daughters. It seemed they genuinely had love. And when I went through what I went through, my son was only 7. I only have one child, and everybody that was around me scattered like roaches. I don't know if it's because, well, I know I ain't got no Jamie Foxx status and all of that. But hey, maybe because my situation wasn't gonna be do this, do that, do this. Yeah, it may take a while, it's this, that, and the other, but you can recover and be back dancing and doing the stanky leg or something. No, it wasn't that. So I don't know. But anyway, I really enjoyed hearing his story. It was very personal, very emotional. I can see if some people even say it touched them and they even had tears in their eyes because it was if you are past a certain age, you probably been through some stuff guaranteed already in life. And you know, younger people, maybe you haven't, maybe you have. But if you keep living, you definitely will. And so I mean, the special was excellent in that regards. With touching your heart, touching your soul. He brought out his daughter because he was mentioning that while he was there in the coma, that his vitals was low, and she came and played the guitar by his bedside, and his vitals stabilized a little better and things, and a lot of different things. You know, was really good. And first of all, he is a clone. That ain't the real Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx, that's a clone. Nah, I'm just joking. That ain't no clone. I do believe that's the real Jamie Foxx. And for the record, I don't believe in that clone stuff, actually. And I'll tell you why on the side note, why I don't believe in that clone technology. And what I mean by that is having an adult clone come out looking like you. I think the technology of cloning people may be and probably is out there. I'm not doubting that. But they will probably come out as a baby. And then what you have in your mind is unique to you. I don't know if they can clone a person and make them a full adult identical to you with all your memories and put it out. I think that's just a lot to do right now. That's probably harder than going to Mars. But can they clone you with your DNA and embryo and do all of this and come out with a new baby looking like you with your DNA? I wouldn't put it past them. I would say yes. But the rest, that's a big leap. Anyway, Jamie talking about they gonna still say they clone Jamie Foxx. That ain't the real Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx undisclosed illness. Undisclosed illness. That was his Cat Williams impersonation. My Cat Williams and Jamie Foxx Cat Williams impersonation. But you know. Nick XO, what's up, sis? Rashonda Greer, what's good, girl? How you doing? Damian Kenny, what's up, fam? How you feeling? Big Bird, what's good with you? I don't know what's going on with a lot of people. They like to show up live, I guess, for power and stuff like that, the shy. But you know, when them shows ain't on, we gotta still keep it moving, y'all. You know, come on through. But anyway, Jamie Foxx did have some good things that was interesting in his special, like when he said when he was getting ready to pass out, he get dizzy. He said he ain't see no light, but he did see the tunnel. He ain't know which way was what. It was hot in that tunnel. It was hot. He ain't see the light, but that tunnel was hot. Then the tunnel was slanted downwards. No, he ain't say the slanted downwards part, but he did say it was hot. And that's something that I've always thought about myself. When I went through my situation, I didn't see anything or a tunnel or a light or any of that. I don't have any type of memory or recollection of that. I was like knocked out, and then I woke up, and that was it. I don't have a special story, but I was talking that I don't remember. Subconscious, it wasn't subconsciously because I was giving them information and talking to them, the fire department and people, the ambulance. But I don't remember any of these things. And the things I was telling them was very strange. Phone numbers of people that I haven't called in years, different stuff. I did keep saying, my son, I got to get to my son. And I don't know, they probably thought, oh, it's another black dude. You know, he got baby mama drama taking it to his grave or something. I don't know what they thought, you know what I mean? But that's one of the few things I was saying. But you know, that was very interesting to hear that he was saying that. Another thing that he said, which I actually came and realized, see, although what he said is very true, a lot of the things and his experience, and I relate a lot to it, he only went through this a year or so ago, whereas with me, 13 years. So I've thought a lot of different things. And one of the things I thought was, how could this happen to me? And that's one thing he would say in this special is, I'm Jamie Foxx. How this gonna happen to me? Jamie Foxx. And at the time, I ain't nobody. I'm not on nothing, nobody seen or nothing special. But what I've thought since then is everybody is the star of their own movie, their own life. So everybody thinks it's not gonna happen to me, or how could this happen to me, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, or I'm not. Everybody thinks that they are the star of their own life, you know, their own movie, so to speak. Whether you a star in the real world where everybody thinks so or not, you know, and I guess if your, you know, life has been through a lot of something, maybe you don't feel the same, but you know, definitely feel that way. And you know, you have to come to grips that, and this is something that he said, you know, basically in the sense that when he was feeling that way and speaking with the Lord, and he's saying, but I got kids, how could they do this to me? Look what was done to me. Look what was done to my son, which is something that is in the Bible. Anything that you think they've done to you in my name has already happened to me. So, you know, it was a lot of things in this special that if you really listen and look, I think was really deep, really special. I just put the link in the comments in the description if anybody want to come up and talk about it. But I think it was an excellent special and I really enjoyed it. We'll go ahead and do the MOORESCORE right quick. And then we'll talk a little bit more about this as well as some other stuff. All right, now the MOORESCORE is my rating system. Real simple, 4 categories. Visual cinematography, category 1. This is different because it's a stand-up comedy. So I'm going to grade this according to a stand-up comedy special, not like a movie. Okay, it's just him talking. He ain't the X-Men. But he's in Atlanta. It's a nice setup, and the crowd, a great crowd. He wearing the classic leather that Eddie Murphy pioneered. Ever since Eddie Murphy, Top Comics, when you got a real special, you're gonna have to put on some leather, baby. He got on him a little brown leather outfit. Actually looked pretty good. It actually probably aged pretty well. So, you know, overall, I like the way that the theater looked, the views, the angles for a comedy show. I think it was excellent. I'm going to give it a, out of a 25, I'm going to give it a 23. 23 out of 25 for that, as well as the storyline and plot. His story and how he put everything together was excellent. I'm gonna have to give it a 25. That is his personal story, but how he told what happened and put it together, I think was excellent. Special effect, makeup, costumes. I mean, he wearing his leathers, but there's no special effects and makeup and costumes and stuff like that. But you know, for what he had on, what's going on, he was pretty simple with the chain and everything. I'm gonna give it a 20 for a comedy show. And then entertainment, fun fact, I'm gonna have to give it a 25, which bring it to a 93 overall on the MOORESCORE rating, which is like a 9.5. So hey, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It was a lot of personal moments, but he was able to make it humorous as well as involve everybody there as well. And it was very emotional as well. So I give him a lot of credit for that. Let's see. I got what's up, Aisha? How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How's everything going?
It's going good. How are you this evening?
All right, all right. Hanging in there. Talk a little bit about this Jamie Foxx special. What was your thoughts on that special?
It I think it was very inspiring. I really liked the special. The message, he got a lot done in an hour. I kind of, to me, it seemed like it was so much going on. There really wasn't a lot of comedy content, and it was kind of chopped up and spread out. Like if you wanted to combine it down to a comedy set, maybe there was 15 to 20 minutes of a set. So I'm gonna say he's probably still recovering. So
Mm-hmm.
I did notice and pay attention to that. His daughters are very talented,
Oh,
and I'm a comedian as well. I'm a female comedian, so I think Jamie Foxx's special was one of the best ones I've seen this year because DC Young Fly and them special was kind of a comedy and a music special, and I didn't like that one as much as I did Jamie's. And I felt like Monique, when she finally got her comedy special from Netflix, she should have came with something similar to how Jamie Foxx presented himself. He was giving glory to God and thanking God for bringing him back. And she basically was pulled out of a deep, dark hole as well. And her message wasn't as uplifting or inspiring or funny or talented as what he put out. So I
when did
feel
her
like she took a L for the women in comedy compared to him.
mm. And when did her special come out? I didn't see it myself.
Oh man, well that would be a whole nother reaction video. I want to say it's probably been a year ago.
Okay, okay. I
And
thought I
she went. They didn't want to pay her money and this, that, and the third, and she finally got it. And yeah, you'd have to watch it, and I'm gonna come. We'll spin back around and talk about that on another day. It
mm-hmm.
deserves its own hour.
Yeah, yeah. Some people, man, I don't know, who knows, man? They are what they are. But I didn't see the DC Young Fly or the Monique special. But as far as this, what you were saying about maybe a traditional comedy set, no, that's why I look at this differently. It's more of a personal story, and I feel like he's talking in the way I relate because he's talking about serious stuff that hurts or maybe emotional, but it seems like he can't help but talk about stuff and say it in a humorous way every now and then. Which
And you know who else cried on their comedy special and it went over real well?
oh,
Ali
Ali,
Sadiq
uh,
talking
well,
about loss. So it's like, oh, so now we got the men crying on stage, and it's a lot of video screens and video clips going on. Have you noticed that in comedy?
mm-mm.
A lot of people were doing like reaction videos or sets. You got more of the TikTokers and stuff that's in comedy clubs, like even Lunel's show. Didn't she have a screen? You remember the drop down screen in the back and her
Oh
playing music?
yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you mean. But the friend put their pictures up and different stuff they did and stuff.
And it's a lot more clips and footage than it is as an actual comedy stand up set. It's a whole lot of filler going into these shows.
It's a little different than a comedy show, right? A traditional comedy set like Eddie Murphy Raw type thing. Um,
Yeah.
I think that Jamie's was nice. I liked it. I liked that his daughter came out, played live. The screen portion wasn't that long, and it was towards the end, thankfully. Um, Nails was kind of long when I did see her live.
Mm-hmm.
Nails was similar to what Jamie's doing, except she doesn't have anything to talk about. Not a thing, a serious thing like that. She's just talking about her life in general as a conversation and happened to say stuff funny in conversation here and there. But she didn't have a polarizing anchor point. You know what I mean? Like his
It's
anchor
tough to go
point.
see a 45-minute stand-up comedy set straight through. It's like only the ones that's 30 years in is the only ones doing that now.
Yeah. Part of the problem is the audience is changing too, but then again, it's not because you could say people don't want to watch a long show or a long form or a long set, but then they'll sit there and watch 3 hours of Joe Rogan talking, just sitting there.
Mm.
So
Got to be
yeah,
something you
you
interested
know,
in.
yeah, it's hard to know what people watching and stuff these days, you know. But one of the things that I did like about Jamie Foxx special was impressed with is how the women in his life held him down, whether it was his sister or his daughters or whatever. They really had his back, and I thought that was really good.
He the bag.
And I hate to say it like that because you want to think people are better than that, and
You
I
want
don't.
to think that, but if he wasn't the bag, would how? Never mind. But yeah, they was there. They
They like we
don't
don't know,
know what the paperwork looking like.
right? We don't know what that will look like, Daddy. Stay around, Daddy. Remember when you was dying? I played that guitar next to you. Your vitals peaked up. Put a little extra something in that wheel for me, baby. Now you know your
No,
oldest
but that 15-year-old baby, I could tell she loved her dad. Whether he was the bag or not, he's probably just her daddy to her.
right.
And he's passed on that talent, even though don't neither one of them kids look like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, it's hard for me sometimes to see daughter look like a dude. I have seen it, but those really don't. That ain't good.
And then when you mix another race in there and the opposite sex, you ain't gonna see nothing at that point.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I look more like my mother, I think, as I'm getting older, which is bad, I guess. Looking like
Not necessarily.
I turned into an old woman. Anyway,
Long as
anyway,
you ain't got no ugly parents, ain't nothing wrong with getting old and starting to look like your parents.
I hear that. I hear that. On rating of 1 to 10, what would you rate his special? What would you think about
Hmm.
it? Bang, and
I'm gonna give it an 8.
I feel you on
It's
that.
really a 10, but an 8 because it wasn't this straight up stand up.
Right, right. Yeah, he
I
makes.
wanted more comedy content because the stuff he was saying was funny for sure.
Mhm, mhm. Uh, I liked it a lot. I don't know if you saw, but I did my little rating, MOORESCORE rating, and I gave it a 9.5, basically 9.3. Uh,
Okay.
but I can definitely see why it's a 10, and then why it could be less because it's a kind of unique thing. And some people are starting to do more of where they showing their whole talent showcase. I've seen a few white comedians come on HBO and they'll have a guitar and they'll do their set, play, set, play, set, play. So,
I'm
I've
not a
seen
fan of that.
me neither, but it wasn't the worst. But
Yeah.
it
Now
new.
Jamie Foxx, I just so happen to like his music, but imagine a comedian and they playing heavy metal or rock, like I
Yeah,
ain't I ain't
yeah,
into all kind of music, so that would be
right.
risky.
See, I try to look at so much stuff so I can have a little, you know, diversified opinion. But there wasn't my kind of music. But I will say this dude, I'm trying to remember his name. Whitmer something, but his set was grounded on one topic, which is the loss of his mother at a young age and what he had to go through and this and that or whatever. So he'd say this or that. His mother was in the music. She was a singer and played the guitar. So he'd say this or that, do his little set for 15, 20 minutes, play some stuff. But the way it was edited, you didn't have to listen to the whole songs and different stuff. You know, it'll play a
I
portion
could
of it.
see his daughter was talented though, because Jamie Foxx. Now I gave him an 8, but I'm gonna give him an 8 because I feel like the man just came back from his deathbed and he ain't 100% yet. But I could tell that his daughter has picked up his talent, and that man, he sang, he danced, he acted, he gave us comedy. Like so, as far as a comic, he's a 10 as a comic. I just felt like give me 30 minutes and then give me the rest filler. I would have wanted like maybe a 30-minute set and then that stuff.
Right. He said a lot of good stuff though that I relate to going through that. Like when he was talking about that pickle, you gotta have that thing ready. You know what I mean?
Well, I can't relate to that, but I could
So you
understand
probably
it.
would, yeah. See, I ain't never just dropped it out like that. You know, ain't nothing to be ashamed of. But
Well, imagine coming to it, somebody that already seen it 3, 4 times.
man, let alone stuck a catheter down, and I woke up like, man, what the hell?
Yeah, woo.
Yeah, so I'm like, they done molested me. What the hell? They just stuck this damn tube
And
down
then
my.
when he said when he was in the tunnel and it was hot, I said,
The one thing I was saying earlier, I ain't going no tunnel and I ain't see no light. I guess I'll just darkness, darkness.
you was in limbo.
Huh?
You was in limbo. You was in the waiting room because you was coming back.
To screw up some more.
Or like me and my sister say, touching the hem of Jesus robe.
Touch the hem of Jesus robe.
At the
Man,
bottom of that mug.
what is it, velvet?
Hmm.
I said, what is it, velvet?
touched,
Man, oh
touched it
baby.
and came back.
Huh?
Netflix done definitely came with the content. I'm gonna give them a. They was the app of the year. Netflix. They came through.
I know the stock is going through the roof. I'm glad I got some.
And
Netflix stock.
now they act bougie.
Huh?
I was trying to watch something the other day and they told me I didn't have a high enough plan to look at it. Have you noticed that?
What?
So like some movies, there's like the basic with the ad free, and then there's basic with commercials, and then it's ad free. Certain you can only watch certain movies if you got the ad free.
You making me feel like I'm special up in here. I ain't never. I always had
I
the
didn't
what?
know nothing until I went to go try and watch a movie and it had a lock on it and it told me my plan don't support that movie. I said, oh hell no.
They got Netflix got movies you can see it not like it's pouring on this thing.
Look,
Dang.
first of all, I feel like they act in Hollywood and I'm a Netflix OG. I've been getting Netflix since they was mailing DVDs in the mail.
Boy, for real.
And you had to reserve your new release. That's how long I've been with Netflix.
And they just stopped that, I think, last year. But a lot of people wasn't using it like they used to.
So now they'll try to tell you, oh, you ain't at home when you go log in. And people, listen, our whole family only had one Netflix login. That was for about 5, 6 households. And you can't do that no more.
Nah, you sure can't. They be
So
on
I
you.
feel like they're getting greedy.
Yeah, and they producing these comedy shows and stuff that's not really expensive either to put out there.
And the live ones are slapping. So imagine they premiere and they live and then they stay there and you can go back and watch them.
Mhm. Before we get up out of here, we'll talk about one other show real quick on Netflix. Have you seen The Madness? I think we was talking about it for a second.
Yeah, I started watching it. I've seen a couple of episodes, so I know the gist of the story. Yeah.
I only seen the first episode, and I'll just speak on that. I think it's well produced, good acting, but at this moment, at the first episode, I don't agree with. And I know we had talked a little, but so I need to see some more. But he's supposed to be like a Don Lemon, Tavis Smiley type, black personality, news personality, or whatever on CNN. And so he out in the woods, and then some dude get, chop chop, and and yeah, he went through a bunch of stuff, and I mean, he was extremely weird when he talked to them police. Hello, officer. I've, I've had a hell of a night. I mean, what the hell wrong with you?
I
Oh
just,
my
I kind
God.
of got lost when I was like, why is he in the woods with these penny loafers on, running through the woods with these slacks on? Like it just wasn't given. I'm going to the woods outfit. So it was like, why he
Yeah,
out there with that on? Like it just
yeah.
was just, it was
Hello.
weird.
I was just about to call you. Rough night.
I mean, these people was out here with axes and stuff, and it's pine trees and pine needles, and here you come with your loafers on. Get
Right.
out of here with them
For
slacks.
real. Then I would have never went back to the scene of the crime with them two whack police officers. What if them chop dudes was still there? They would have took them little square cops out with no problem. They walking around with they didn't even have their guns drawn. Ain't no way in the world I'd have went back there with them. Hey man, you better call the SWAT team or something up in here. Man, hey, I told you the address. I ain't going back over there. Tow my car. Just tow it. I don't need to get y'all got me
And
messed
then and then he black and out here you already seen somebody get chopped up, and then black people we don't be in the woods like that. Like that ain't nothing we
no.
do. And so now you go get the two white weird. I saw it was just like all of that was just completely unbelievable.
Yeah, and then he's telling the story, and like you say, he in penny loafers and all this and that. Yeah, he weird. But why would he be doing this, chopping up and being in the woods, but he driving $100-some-thousand Range Rover, and it's Tavis Smiley slash Don Lemon. So you think Don Lemon gonna come to the woods, chop somebody up? Don't get me wrong, OJ. You never know what somebody may do. I ain't gonna put it past them just because they on TV or whatever. But that's a big leap.
It just wasn't given believable to me. He was like, I was just like, what?
Oh, I just got so mad though when he told me, "Excuse me, officers."
You put some camouflage pants on or something, and then I might have been trying to get into it.
Man, something, or just when he came, be like, "Officers, oh hey, this dude tried to kill me, man. Hey, man, they chopping nigga up in the cabin. Hey, get me the hell out of here." That would have been more realistic. Talking about the rough night. Excuse me, officers. What? You just had to kill a dude jumping out the water like Rambo in this month, man. You just saw a dude chopped to pieces, and you talking about rough night. Rough night. That's the worst night of my life.
Yeah, I didn't get past the first episode, and I was just kind of like, okay, how much of this can I watch? That would be like watching The Walking Dead, and they sitting up there with Gucci outfits on. It just wasn't fitting.
Actually, that's what happened with him in The Walking Dead. Did you ever watch him in The Walking Dead? It's funny you say that. That's the character he was in. That's who he was in The Walking Dead. So he was
Wrong
in.
outfit. Who did the wardrobe for this? Cause like, yeah, this wasn't
He rich though.
believable.
He a baller. He tapping smiling. He dying living. He
Yeah,
rich.
but do you gotta wear that to go out to the woods?
He probably don't even buy a pair of Timberlands.
I mean, like that's an office outfit. I don't know.
Yeah, no, right. See, I got some jogging pants. I got a suit. I got some Timberlands. I got some gym shoes. I'm gonna be more versatile. I ain't gonna be
So if
walking
we're
around.
going paintballing in the woods, would you have on some slacks and some penny
Heck no,
loafers?
not at all.
So I get who he is. He was looking fine. Now I was watching him. Now I was a lot of that was a tall, big old chocolate man. I was like, okay,
He
and
cutting
dressed up,
grass.
but he was in the
I like
wrong
the food
setting.
booth. I know, right? He cut grass and designer like his food booth.
Hmm. He
But
was
yeah,
too clean to be running for his life.
you ain't lying with that. No, in Fear of the Walking Dead, that was the show he was in, and that went to how people were acting when the pandemic or whatever. Very
Hmm.
and he was some rich dude in LA with a mansion and all that, but he was gay with a white dude that ended up getting killed or whatever, but he was all bougie. And that was his problem in the first few seasons of Walking Dead. He used to luxury and bouginess, and he was having a hard time dealing with stuff. And then he'd be selfish, setting people up or leaving die, left people to die and stuff so he could get away or so he could have a little extra and stuff. Yeah, he
Sound like a
was
couple of people I know.
for real. And by the end, he turned his ways around, but I didn't see the last few seasons, so I don't know what he did after that. But he tried to be a good dude anyway. He talked the same. It's a
Yeah,
bunch.
well, Netflix has definitely kept us entertained. If it wasn't for Netflix, we wouldn't have got to see Mike Tyson Buns.
Right, and they just zoomed in kind of on that. He didn't have to keep film, but they could have cut. They let
Cakes.
cheeks hang. uh, Mike
Oh
Tyson.
man, booty at that. I said, oh yuck.
No, I ain't never even had a conversation with my son like that though, with my booty hanging out. Even though he had on the box and stuff in the front, I wouldn't. I don't know.
Where did he get them prints? Prince paying
Well, that's
for.
actually that's what you wear to protect you. That's the cup for boxing.
But it
But
should have been some more stuff to go with it.
yeah, then you put your shorts on after that. And
And you
so when
gonna turn around and put your back to the camera like tie
yeah, like why was he walking around without his shorts on? That was the thing. He could have
to
put the
down.
and then after you put that on, put your shorts on. He probably be like, I'm gonna get too high. I'm gonna get too high when I put that on. I need
Turn
nothing.
around and let me see the front if you gonna show something. Don't nobody want to see no man ass.
You want to see my bulge? You want to see the bulge? He calls it the bulge.
I knew what Mike had when Robin Givens had him put in jail. I said Mike must have knocked the Mario coins.
Mario good. Mike something else, boy. Mike Tyson. Iron Mike, Kid Dynamite. Well, hey, I'm glad that you came through, chop it up on this Jamie Foxx special. I enjoyed it a lot. You enjoyed it a lot. I think most people that watch it is going to enjoy it a lot. I think, Richard Pryor went through a lot of stuff, but he kept it all comedy when he talked about his stuff. Not that that was good or bad, but I think some of the new things, especially with people, I don't think Richard Pryor could have played the piano and sang and all that. So to that credit. But I guess he was trying to show he back. And I'm gonna give him credit. He looking good in my opinion. I liked it.
Yeah,
What's
and
your
I like the little dances he was able to do.
I was jealous. You show off, you show off. Anyway.
Yeah.
One of the things that anyway, go ahead. What's your final thoughts on this on his special? You liked it?
Very inspiring. Very inspiring. I liked the message. God said, you started ignoring me, so I paid you back with a stroke, and that kind of was like a wake up message for me. Don't lose touch with God. I'm
I
happy
thought
for him,
that
and he showed all his talents in 1 hour, so that's a bad motherfucker.
yeah, yeah. That I've thought that too. I wondered not that I was the worst or the best, but I've wondered like this, and then I've seen people that's out there not doing good, and he said that's because somebody already got them. And I've thought
Right.
that and I've thought that too. He said a lot of things that have gone through my mind at different points, and I've thought so. I don't know. It was very. It can be inspiring. I'm not, to each his own. I enjoyed it,
Mhm.
and I watch it again. So
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, but I don't know how many times. But
Definitely
that's
worth spinning the
it.
block. Definitely worth spinning the block, getting them views.
Right, for sure. Well, I appreciate you coming through.
Thanks for
Everybody,
the invite.
yeah, no problem. Anytime, everybody who came live, I appreciate it. I know, this ain't the normal content of talking about, the shows we talk about and stuff. But hey, we got to keep it moving. We got to keep supporting, and making stuff happen when other stuff ain't on, So appreciate everybody for coming through and everybody watching on the replay. And see y'all on the next one. Maybe I'll do some more of that the madness. We do a video about at least the first episode.
All right, peace out.
Deuces. Everybody have a good one. Out.